Yes, indeed. Happy holidays to everybody. I hope you're feeling the cheer. This is the Common Good Radio Show brought to you by Veteran Rescue Mission. I am Pastor John McLean here with one of my best buddies in the whole wide world and the newest talk radio show host in the city of Tucson, Mr. Ron Arenas with Picture Rocks Cooling, Heating, and Plumbing and the guys next door.
Yeah, I'm so happy to be here.
I know,
Merry
man.
Christmas. Tomorrow's Christmas. And
Yeah,
family
man.
time. And
This year just sped by.
yeah,
In no time. Like, especially in your world, I'm guessing, huh?
It was just summer. It was just 115 degrees like 2 minutes ago.
It felt like
Yeah.
it, yeah. And next thing we know, we're going to blink again. It'll be summer again.
That's right, yeah.
So here we are. But but wow, man, stuck. This Christmas got me stuck, you know. But
It's like it comes every year.
every year. I know, and every year I get stuck. But this would not be the Common Good Radio Show if I did not give grace to a very loving Father that is the reason for the season, they say. And none of these blessings and none of our amazing lives would be possible without him. And I usually read the Lord's Prayer, and it goes a little something like this: Our Father who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our trespasses as we forgive those who trespass against us. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, the power, and the glory, forever and ever. Amen. So that being said, I have definitely, I want to think probably two of the funniest ladies. I don't know if you guys are in stand-up or at all or do anything, comedy related, but certainly I think you really tapped onto something with your reels that I watch regularly. I don't know if I've missed them since I've known you guys, but if you guys haven't had the pleasure of hearing them on the show yet, we have Irene Coppola and Denise Alvarez with the Better Business Bureau serving Southern Arizona, and they're hilarious. This show, I really feel like I don't completely encapsulate that hilarity of YouTube, but today I think with some of the questions we have, we'll be able to encompass that a little bit. But thank you once again for joining me on the show.
Thank you.
Yeah, and to answer your question, if we have like a comedy show, we don't have one yet.
Okay, good.
That's right.
Okay,
Yeah.
yet.
Mhm. Yeah.
It's in the works.
Yeah.
And it makes perfect sense. I think actually ever since I met you, I've been trying to pitch you guys on doing your own show. So yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
So yeah, for sure. I saw
Denise?
something in you.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Denise has 2 S's. How can you not have a show?
Yeah.
Hello.
As my eye twitches, I'm like, oh my God, we're taking on
yeah.
a radio show.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, that's as everybody that I've ever done a radio show with says. Like it's interesting that notion. Whenever I say to somebody, whether it's Ron or Wesley or Kiki, in the litany of people I've worked on shows with, hey, have you ever thought about doing a radio show? I see a look in your eye like, have you ever thought about creating a spaceship and flying to the moon? But no, not at all. That's not what we're talking about at all. But let's just a quick overview. What is the Better Business Bureau of Serving Southern Arizona, just in case people don't know what it is?
So the Better Business Bureau is a nonprofit organization. We're not affiliated with the government. Again, we're nonprofit. We provide services for both consumers and businesses. And our mission is really to promote trust in the marketplace.
Nice. And if just for like I said, we have fun questions today. So if the Better Business Bureau were a movie, what genre would it be?
Do you want to take a guess? You know what? Thriller.
Well, yeah.
It's a thriller.
For sure.
Denise, do you want to tell them why?
Yeah, of course. Hello. So, thriller just because our movie per se has all of those elements. So we're dealing with, some detective work. So we have complaints, investigations, ad reviews. So we do that. And then for our consumers and businesses, we try to, there's feelings of excitement, suspense, anger, anticipation. So really our role is to help solve some of those mysteries and promote trust in the marketplace. So
Nice.
we chose thriller.
That's awesome.
Yeah, that's good.
But
like it.
comedy for most.
Yeah, it's definitely hilarious.
Yes.
Yeah.
Thriller the comedy.
A
Yes.
thriller
On
comedy.
Broadway.
Yeah.
Yeah. So if the BBB had a theme song for the staff, what would it be?
Oh my gosh, can we play this song?
Yeah, we're going to have to, at least with the reel.
Right? Yes. Taylor Swift, Shake It Off.
Okay.
Didn't he see it?
Yes. Oh.
Oh.
I was like, no, I'm just kidding.
He's like, let her stretch for this.
Yes. No, we chose Shake It Off. We love helping consumers and businesses, and sometimes we understand their situation, and oftentimes they tell us that they're not upset at us directly. But really, our staff's goal is to reduce that caller's stress level by providing tools and resources. And after every call, you just gotta shake it off.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's true.
For sure.
It-
Yeah.
It's almost like it's a new day. It's going to be a new call.
All right.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Nice. And you just put the song on. I can see Ron just
I'm
whipping his
right.
hair around just singing that.
Singing at the top of his
Yeah,
lungs.
for
Yeah,
sure. Yeah.
yeah.
Even though I know he's not a Chiefs fan or a Travis Kelce fan,
Oh.
along with a Taylor Swift
Swift.
fan. So yeah.
Kansas City Swifties, no.
No. So another fun one. I already think that the Better Business Bureau is a superhero, but let's just say in the fantasy Marvel world, if you were a superhero, what superpower would you have?
First and foremost, we would be flying.
Yeah.
We cover 5 counties. We
Okay.
have to be flying.
Yeah, absolutely.
At
Yeah.
the speed limit, though, right?
Of course.
Yeah.
But aside from that, what do we got?
We came up with the Trust Shield. It deflects dishonesty and, helps consumers avoid fraudulent practices. The Resolution Lasso, I asked Irene, I'm like, do you know about the lasso, the truth lasso?
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Yeah. So this is the Resolution
Oh,
Lasso.
nice. Yeah.
To be able to help resolve some of those conflicts.
Mm-hmm.
Transparency Vision, to be able to, again, help consumers with, hire a company that's ethical.
Mm.
And then just empowerment to the businesses and the consumers
Mhm.
to encourage them to, embrace our standards.
Nice.
Right.
Nice.
And we have worn capes before.
Yes.
I could see that. Yeah,
There's a
definitely.
commercial out there with Chris Edwards.
Okay.
Oh, yeah,
And
there
we're
is.
wearing
Yep.
capes.
Mhm. It makes perfect
Yeah,
sense.
Chris
Yes.
Edwards has done a lot of different commercials.
Yes.
He's dressed up in a lot of different things.
Yeah, he's an awesome dude.
Yeah.
Also another superhero
Mhm.
Yep.
in our community
Absolutely.
for
Tucson,
sure.
yeah.
So what's next for the BBB?
We have lots going on. 2024. Right now, we're selling a printed directory that
Okay.
will be distributed during the home show. So we
Nice.
have actually teamed up with the Home and Garden show that will be the middle of March in 2024. We will be highlighted, with their promotions. They will be highlighted in our directory. We're really, really excited about this. We'll be
Mm.
distributing 40,000 copies all in our service area of 5 counties.
Nice.
Wow, nice.
Yeah. So aside from that, we're going to do it again in fall
Okay.
during the fall home show.
Man,
But yeah.
I'm tired even hearing that.
You know
But
what?
yeah.
Let me tell you.
Oh,
And then
cool.
aside from that, we're also doing educational workshops monthly. So as you know, we did Spark last fall.
Right.
Or excuse
Mm.
me, last fall. It's still this year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, we're still good. All right. All right. Last September.
Uh-huh.
And so next year it will be in August. But
Okay.
what we're going to do is we're going to do monthly segments, educational segments leading up to Spark.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
We're doing it also in Spanish leading up to Fuego. Fuego will be in June, so we'll have segments January through May in Spanish. And of course, dun, 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 the Torch Awards.
Yeah.
Right?
Yes.
That's April 19th at the Casino del Sol. We're doing Fuego, Campamento del Liderazgo in June. And yeah, we have lots going on.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then how can people get a hold of you? Just one last time.
BBB.org.
Awesome. Well, thank you for joining us once more, and we'll see you two in the new year.
Yes.
Sounds good.
Absolutely.
Woo!
This is
We'll
the
be
Common-
flying in.
Yeah.
Flying in. The Common Good Radio Show brought to you by Veteran Rescue Mission. I'm Pastor John McClain here with Ron Arenas. We'll see you right after the break. Hey, everybody. Welcome to the Common Good Radio Show brought to you by Veteran Rescue Mission. I'm Pastor John McClain here
We're
with,
back.
with Ron Arenas, the newest talk radio show host in the city of Tucson, keeping you cool all summer long and warm all winter long.
That's right.
With Picture Rocks Cooling, Heating, and Plumbing. They call him Mr. Ron Arenas. Some call him Dad because he has a whole bunch of kids.
Yeah, well, only 3.
That's enough.
Yeah, that's
That's
enough.
enough. Yeah, for sure. I wouldn't say it's like a whole bunch 7 like I have,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
yeah, you got enough.
I mean,
to-
I guess there's the kids' friends. Some of them
Mhm.
call me dad.
Yeah, for
and, you
sure,
know,
for sure. And when I see pictures of like your kids, it seems like there's a gazillion of them. But I guess that's because they have a whole bunch of friends. So yeah,
Yeah,
that makes
yeah.
sense. Yeah, and then almost like with your Picture Rock family, Like, you know, those almost. I mean, I'm sure they probably don't want me to call them your kids, but
Well, they kind of are. Yeah, they kind of are.
Yeah.
I mean, most of them are young enough to be my kids.
Yeah,
so,
for sure.
Yeah.
And I'm sure they look up to you just like I do in a lot of ways. You know, like you would a father. So
Yeah.
all compliments. So
Well,
all
thank
compliments
you.
around,
Yeah.
all for sure. And we have one of our friends that are part of that fun network. And she's getting a giggle out of us calling Frank the Tank and Ryan Shirley your kids because she knows them well. Her name is Candace.
Yeah, that's my set of twins. Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
Yes, the twins.
The twins, yeah.
They've tried to adopt me lately. It's
I could see
Awkward.
that. Yeah, you're definitely.
like, am I a twin too?
Yeah,
You're the third twin.
You're
Yeah.
the third twin. You're the one that they try to eat in the stomach, but you made it out alive.
Well then,
Yeah.
that took a turn.
And for the worse. Yeah.
Yes.
But let's turn it back to the good place.
All right.
Yeah.
We are back.
Yeah. And that's our friend Candace Eaton. She's with C Eaton Photography, in my opinion, the best photographer in the universe. You can take that to the bank. And that being said, I've said it so many times, and I like I've also said many times, I have many photographer friends. They're very good friends for years. Candace is still my favorite, and I've asked manifestations of this question, but not this exact question. What makes you so good at what you do?
Well, I care a lot about education.
Okay.
And educating myself, and I have a science background. So like knowing the finer details, and I mean, I've actually sat down and done the calculus on a lens before because I was
Interesting.
bored.
The calculus on a lens. You have to
Yes.
give me a little bit more than.
So a camera, everything that happens inside of a camera is what they teach you in first semester physics.
Okay.
And calculus is the mathematical manifestation of physics. And I was bored one day, so I sat down and did the math on one of my lenses and the aperture and stuff like that. So,
Interesting.
yeah.
Very cool.
Okay.
I'm a nerd.
Yeah.
That's the
and-
kind of stuff that I like.
Yeah.
It really is. Yeah.
That's wild. I
Yes.
didn't realize I hang out with so many nerds.
Yes.
Cool.
Well, my wife calls me a nerd all the time.
That's
Yes.
okay. I say that as a compliment. I'm married to a doctor, so yeah, for sure. Yeah.
Yes, you are.
This would be right up her alley.
And the other thing, I guess it applies to pet photography as well as human photography, but a long time ago, I was talking to someone, and I don't even remember who the person was that I was talking to, and she was talking about a photo that she had of herself that she just adored, that she used for everything, and she never wanted to get a different photo because this one just, everybody loved it, and when she looked at it, it made her feel good about herself. And she said that she showed it to her grandma, and her grandma asked her who took the picture. And she said, it was this friend of mine. He does this or that and whatever. And he took the picture. And she says, that man loves you.
Oh, wow.
Only someone who loves you can take a picture that good of you. And it's just one of those weird moments that just sort of stuck in my head. And I remind myself of when I'm with a client. I try to find something that I love about everybody that I work with because I want to take that picture that makes their grandma say, oh my God, that person loves you.
Yeah.
Interesting.
And so, yeah, I just try to fall in love a little bit with everybody in front of my camera.
That's awesome.
Okay.
That's a beautiful idea.
Yeah, it is. And pictures are attached to memories.
They are.
They are. I mean, you can look at a picture from 20 years ago or 30 years ago or even 10 days ago. And you're like, remember when we were at that place, or remember when the kids were small, or remember when we were young, you know?
Well, yeah.
Just
And
all those things.
And our memories are fallible.
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
And over time, our memories, they change based on new experiences. And, you know, if I've noticed as I'm getting older, I go back and think about things from the past, and some of the fine details aren't there anymore.
Right. Yeah.
You know, it's becomes more of a cartoon than a really detailed photograph.
Yeah.
A photograph is the only way that we have
Right.
to keep that.
Yeah.
And to be able to go back to that moment and look at that moment and remember those really fine details.
Right.
And so I put a lot of stock in photos, whether you're taking them with your cell phone, whether you're paying a professional to take the photos,
Oh, yeah.
and go back and look at them. And you know what? Even print them out.
Yeah.
Send them to wherever and print them out so that you've got them in a box in your house so that, when your kids have kids,
Right.
they can sit around on the living room floor like we did when we were kids and dig through our family's photos and ask, well, who's this guy and
Right.
where were you at? Because if it lives on your phone, if it just lives on some sort of digital media, it can
go away very easily.
Your phone, you drop your phone, you lose it, your hard drive crashes on your computer, and it's gone.
Oh, yeah.
So, print them out, keep them around, have something that tangible that you can touch and show off later, because that's the only way you're going to keep those fine details.
That's true. Yep.
I got two ideas that are kind of circling around in my head. One, just the idea of how you apply kind of your understanding of science and kind of your past vocational background to being a photographer, and then two, just like something that like definitely like hit home. And what I think makes Ron great at what he does, why I think I'm great at what we do, is where we're lovers of people. Like, we love people. Like, no matter who we're working with, no matter who we're talking to, like you kind of pointed out, we just find what's lovable about them, and we just try to focus on that rather than finding all the faults in people. So, but the first question about how do you take your science background and apply that to taking pictures? Because definitely there's an eye you have. There's this sense that you have. I saw even when you did the pregnancy photos for my wife, like there was this talent that you had that I hadn't seen before. So what would you account that to?
Some of it's science, like knowing my equipment and knowing what my equipment is doing, the technical parts of it. Most photographers can tell you, what those parts are, but like I've actually sat and done the math. So, I'm not going to say that gives me a better understanding of it, but, like technically I understand what's going on inside the camera. And things like composition.
I asked a lofty question right as we were about to cut off, so it's my fault on that one.
I was like, dude, you got a minute.
How can people get a hold of you? I'm sorry.
My website is ceatonphotography.com, and my phone number is 602-456-5384.
And she'll explain the rest of it if you get a hold
Yes,
of her.
give me a call, shoot me an email, and I'll try to explain the rest of that.
Thanks for coming in.
Thanks.
This is the Common Good Radio Show, brought to you by Veteran Rescue Mission. Pastor John McClain here with Ron Arenas, Picture Rock School Heating and Plumbing. Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the Common Good Radio Show, brought to you by the Veteran Rescue Mission. I am Pastor John McClain of that very Veteran Rescue Mission, here with my buddy Ron Arenas with Picture Rock's Cooling, Heating, and Plumbing.
Hello there.
Yeah, man. This is a pretty fun show so far.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
We had
it's been a great show.
Business Bureau. Candace Eaton's always a blast for sure. And now we have what's becoming an old buddy of mine is going to be a new buddy of yours.
Okay.
You're definitely
looking forward to it.
Yeah, you're going to love this guy. He's an awesome dude. And his name is Javon with JDB Media. And he's, as I think last time, what did I call you on the show last time?
Jedi of digital marketing.
A digital marketing
there
Jedi for sure, without a doubt. And definitely, I'm sure a lot of the stuff, Ron, you've been seeing on the Common Good Media Group Facebook page and the reels and stuff like that. Those have been coming out of the JDB Media Camp.
Oh, okay. I did not know that. All right.
So definitely for the listeners as well, check out our Facebook page so you can see some of the cool work that JDB Media has already been doing for us so far. But I guess before we dive too much into that, Javon, you tell us, what is JDB Media for our listening audience who's not familiar?
Well, just to put it in one short bite-sized piece, JDB Media is a digital marketing agency that helps small businesses get more customers.
Okay.
Yeah.
Nice. Easy enough.
Yeah. That's what it's about.
That's the ticket. Yeah. And I know last time we were here, I think my then guest co-host Kiki mentioned, your staff. Who do you have working with you to kind of make all this magic happen? Because it definitely seems like you got like a group of 50 people with all the amazing stuff that you're doing. So tell us more about that.
Well, we work hard, and last time that I was on the show, it was just me that was doing everything, and I was outsourcing some work to some other people. But I am happy to announce that there is one full-time employee now.
That's awesome.
Yeah. So her name's Haley, and if you look at some of the work that she's done, it'll be on the websites and the logos. So she's doing the graphic design and the web design.
Nice.
It's always good to have a good graphic designer, that's for sure. Just have an eye for colors and shapes and symbols, that type of stuff. Yeah.
Absolutely. And she works hard. Some of the assets that you'll see that she makes, they look like they may be like pre-rendered or fonts or something like that, but she draws a lot of it by hand. And yeah, I'm amazed by her process. There's no way that I'd be able to come out with the quality of stuff that she does. That's why she's part of the team.
That's cool. Well, awesome. So tell us about some current events you got going on.
So actually yesterday we launched a website for a local gym. So there's a guy, his name's Mike Marino, and he goes to Zion, and he's actually getting his master's in divinity. And and he's in the pastoral program over at his church right now too. But on top of all of that, he just opened this combat sport fitness gym, and they offer Muay Thai classes and conditioning and boxing classes and a couple of other things. So I'm really excited about that. The grand opening is supposed to be later this month, and the banner is all Haley's work. So
very nice.
That's cool.
Yeah,
super cool.
So tell us about the packages that you offer.
Okay, so there's 3 major packages.
You can tell he's excited about that.
Yeah,
it's like hopscotch. Like, okay, well, I got you. I got you.
Absolutely. So there's 3 major packages, and the reason why they exist is because businesses are different. So we want to make sure to fit them with the strategy that works for them.
Right.
So the first one is going to be what I call the essentials package. So it focuses on SEO and Google profile management. So basically anything that anybody needs if they want to show up on Google. So that's really good for like service-based businesses and businesses like yours where people are going to be looking for a plumber primarily on Google, not necessarily on social media. The second package is going to be the social package, which focuses on social media and social media outreach. So that's what you're taking advantage of. We have content that comes out. We'll do some video editing and make sure to publish that content regularly on an at least daily basis for our clients who take advantage of that. And then the full package is a combination of both. All of the packages include free websites and logos. So
and as he said, we definitely took advantage of it. You'll get to see the Common Good Media page, a website available real soon that'll have kind of a link to all the different spin-offs of this show, including The Guys Next Door, brought to you by Picture Rocks Cooling, Heating, and Plumbing. And the precision of the work is just it's brilliant. I mean, particularly like the precision and volume. Like when we first started talking, I was like, yeah, it'd be nice, put out a reel every 2 or 3 reels a week. And he's like, well, I have it scheduled for 1 a day. I already have 12 to 15 already in the docket for you. So so they've just been kind of just coming out every single day, and it's just it's a kind of like this beautiful dance that Javon and JDB Media and our media team have been able to play, because we have a pretty good social media presence, and I myself and a group of people I delegate to do stuff, Wesley included, stay on top of doing stuff. But the integration of what Javon's been able to do and kind of make sure that like the corners that we weren't considering are looked into, it's awesome. And then also the array of projects that we've been talking about doing moving forward, because he has the skill set that we don't have on our team. So I guess let's talk about that, some of the other services outside of that package that maybe people wouldn't consider that you could also handle as well.
Okay, well, all of the packages do include the website and logo, which I think is the foundation for any business. It's going to be really difficult to actually get business and convert those leads into clients if they don't have anywhere to go or anywhere to reach you. So that's the reason why we include those things. Outside of that, photography and videography packages are also included. And we also have a space for podcasting sessions if anybody wanted to do that.
Okay.
So those aren't those last three that I talked about, videography, photography, and podcasting, are not included in any of the packages. But we can set something up for some extra cost. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, and then like one last thing I'll say before I have Javon give the contact information is, I've been doing graphic design, art, advertising, and marketing for over 20 years now, and I've never seen someone whose price is reasonably for their level of skill than JDB Media in my life. So I'll leave on that note.
Thank you.
And how can people get a hold of you, brother?
Okay, so you can go to jdb-media.com and reach me there, or email admin@jdb-media.com. You can also call me at 480-447-6481. And if you text that number or call that number, I'm the one who picks up.
Awesome. Well, thank you again for joining us.
Thank you.
Yeah, that's JDB Media. This is the Common Good Radio Show, brought to you by Veteran Rescue Mission. I'm Pastor John McClain, here with Mr. Ron Arenas with Picture Rocks Cooling, Heating, and Plumbing. Special thanks to our sponsors once again, especially Picture Rocks Cooling, Heating, and Plumbing, Kiki Rogers with Country Financial, Pep Inc., Gap Ministries, Better Business Bureau, serving Southern Arizona, C in Photography, JDB Media, our favorite, We Care Tucson, Action Print and Copy, Mark Weiss, your Lexus guy, Sonoran Senior Solutions, Desert Sunset Realty. It's like the music's trying to drown me out. I'm not leaving. Veteran Rescue Mission, White Stallion Ranch, Bukowski Law Firm, Unscrewed Theater, and the Tucson Tasty Show. All that and more, and the guys next door right after this break.
Welcome back. I'm Ron Arenas, and this is The Guys Next Door with my co-host, Pastor John McClain. How you doing?
I'm great, man.
Good.
About Christmas Eve, getting everything ready, getting all the fixings, got family in town. Like, what more could we ask for?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, we're blessed.
Yeah,
Family
we're
not in
blessed.
town would be great.
Yeah.
Well, on today's show, we have a special guest, one that I feel really blessed to have and to be part of my family's life for the past 5 years. Coach Dustin Peace from CDO High School, the current 4A football champion of Arizona.
Hey guys, thanks for having me on.
Yeah, welcome. Thank you for coming. Sorry we don't have like an applause track, but it's going on in our head.
Don't worry,
Yeah.
it's been fun to experience this, and been getting a lot of congratulations along the way, and this definitely sits up there as well. I appreciate you guys having me on.
Oh yeah, we really appreciate you coming on with us. I mean, this is actually your second championship.
Yeah. So doing things, embracing things a little bit more this go around, but some of the experiences we had last time, reliving that and really trying to soak it in.
Right. As I touched on before, you've been part of our family for the last 5 years. My youngest son played for you, and he just graduated last year. Well, one of the things that really embraced me to you is when he was a freshman, I attended the first parent meeting for football. And you spoke about not just a football program, but creating these kids to be better adults, to be better people in the community. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
Yeah, you guys talk about the guys next door. You live right down the street from me. We had Luke over doing my AC just the other day, and man, it's really cool to, like you said, and this is more than just about football. It's making relationships with young men, helping them, guide them to their next path without a doubt. And that's what never gets old about the job is you got a new group of kids with whole different circumstances, with so many different goals ahead of them that you're all trying to embrace, and we're trying to bring everybody together to say, hey, we got this common goal, right? Football that we use, but really what we use that for is to develop them to be better men and to prosper in their lives as they move forward in life, So, because I've taught other subjects, I teach other kids. The football kids listen to me the most because, yeah.
Well, yeah, you hold them accountable.
Goal. Yeah. And we have a common goal, and that's what life is about a little bit, is we're all on this one thing, and everybody's going to sacrifice for the better good. And you can teach so many other lessons with that. So I appreciate you saying that, Ron, because that's really what stands out to me. It's not going to be, these championships are great, and it's lasting memories for our whole program, not just for this year. Like Luke deserves this accomplishment as well to a degree. We don't just show up here this year and win a state championship. A lot of that has been formed over the last several years. So I'm proud for all of our Dorados for sure.
Interesting. And that's to circle on that same idea. It's just like, I imagine even winning a championship, winning multiple championships is just a testament to that methodology where you're not necessarily out there to try to teach these boys how to win championship, but you're trying to teach these boys how to be good character men, and as a happenstance, that makes you a champion in the community and on the field in a way. Is that
100%. I think you said that perfectly. You know what I mean? Everything falls into place, but if you don't have your life, just speaking as adults, as our lives, if our lives aren't in line and we aren't centered, any other thing that we do is not going to be successful. So without a doubt, we need to have kids that are focused on being good kids, on earning things, on doing, because, next year we got a whole new thing. Like, we're state champions, but we got to earn it all again, that kind of stuff. But yeah, it's all a byproduct of teaching young men how to act and getting the most out of them and pushing them past their limits physically, but also definitely mentally past their limitations. What they believe that they can do as a team, as a teammate, all those things, and all that. I've been teaching for 21 years. That doesn't happen in the classroom. Those lessons don't happen as readily in the classroom as they do on the field. All the adversities that we go through, and not necessarily just adversities in the game of football, but adversities in the game of life, and all those pieces. But you're 100% right. It all starts with the character of this program. And what was really cool about this year is not only did we win the championship, we got the sportsmanship award, which is awarded to the whole 4A pro, one 4A team, which there's 40 or 53 4A teams. It goes to one team that the officials honor as displaying the best sportsmanship. So that almost is that's a wow, without a doubt. Maybe even equally to a state championship.
That's awesome. Absolutely.
Awesome. So I'm very proud of that for sure. And that's, again, that goes back to that testament of us talking about character, and really instilling that. Luke will tell you, we have a whole system. We have point system that ranks the kids in some measurable things of character, showing up on time, how you're acting towards your teachers and other students. Like, there's this whole little point system I have that we start doing in the spring, and something we developed about 8 years ago, and it's just cool. It gives us measurements because it's always like we know how fast the kid is, or how good of a teammate is he? How much can they show up every day? Like all those other things that we try to put a measure on too.
The tangibles.
But, and it's holding them accountable.
Yeah.
Well, my name is Wesley Source, and I'm the host of the Tucson Tasties Show, and I'm friends with Ron and John here. But I just had a quick question. I mean, if you're always going to be preparing for the next season, so how can our listeners support you and the school and get a hold of you?
Oh, awesome! Well, thanks for the little shout out.
Yeah.
We're a very lucky program where we have a lot of parent support. Obviously, Ron was one of those parents and understands what that looks like.
Absolutely.
We have a board with like 10 parents that are working too, and it allows me to do other things outside of football. But one of the things we just started was a sponsorship because, you win the state championship, what's next? I show up on Wednesday now we're trying to fundraise money to get these kids rings, that they don't have to pay for, like all those kind of things.
That's awesome. Yeah.
So I'm a big advocate in our program that I don't want money to ever be a reason a kid's not fully reaching their potential on the field or in our program. So I'd hate for a kid not to say, hey, coach, I can't afford a ring. $300 is not good for us at this time of year. And so we're doing whatever we can to fundraise to pay for all those rings now. So we got a whole new thing we're working on. And but I appreciate you saying that. And they can always reach out to me, my email at the school, dpeace@amphi.com. But we just started a brand new fundraiser. Ron, I put it online. I'll put it on Twitter as well. We kicked it off actually 2 days ago. So thank you, Wesley, for helping.
What is that? What is that website?
It's actually just on Facebook and on Twitter. So it's not a whole website, but it's a sponsorship program for these rings is what we're offering.
Oh, okay.
What's the Facebook page?
CDO football.
CDO
football. Yeah, CDO football. It might be parent page, something like that.
That's awesome. Okay. All right.
Just listening to him, it just takes me back to my high school days and Coach Sicilian over at Palo Verde High School, and
cool.
just the passion that comes through.
Right.
Definitely, I can tell, just by talking to you for this short time that you've got to have an amazing program and be putting out some amazing kids.
Yeah, yeah. And Coach, you grew up here in Tucson. Can you tell us a little bit about coming up in Tucson and playing here in Tucson?
Oh, yeah. I'm a Tucson. I have a lot of pride in Tucson. And what's kind of cool is on the shirts that we designed, you'll probably see them out there running our rings. We put Tucson on our rings, put Tucson on our shirt because we have a lot of pride in Tucson. But, yeah, I grew up here, went to Floyd Wells High School, and played football at NAU. And as soon as I came back, I landed with my head coach, who, like you were talking about, Leslie, a mentor of my life, that, Coach Nugent, who was the head coach at CDO, and that's how it all kind of started. What's also interesting is one of my other coaches, who was our defensive coordinator when I played at Floyd Wells, just got the head job at South Point. So the head football guy. Yeah, so I've been very lucky to have such influential football coaches and coaches in general in my life that, I'm paying that forward, and I love to be able to do that for other kids. Just walking down Winter Haven yesterday, ran into one of my 2009 guys in my first year. He's got 3 kids. He's living in Dallas. We're talking about the state championship now and then. It's pretty cool because I think, most of us will never forget our football coach or our baseball coach or our high school wrestling coach. You're going to remember those people for the rest of your life. So I take good pride in trying to do the best for each individual kid. And without a doubt, growing up in Tucson, it's nice to bring the hardware, bring that success back to our community. And you can definitely feel it in Oro Valley right now and in Tucson. Everywhere we go, it's like, everybody congratulating us and everything like that. But it's really for our city and our community that helps support us as well.
Yeah. Well, thank you so much, Coach. It's CDO football, the 4A state champions, and congratulations once again. This is
Thank you guys. Appreciate it.
This is the Guys Next Door brought to you by Picture Rocks Cooling, Heating, and Plumbing. That's Ron Arenas. I'm Pastor John McClain. We'll catch you next week.